Hello everybody and welcome back to another E3 video! Days Gone is a game I personally am quite excited for. When I saw the first trailer I was like, this is a zombie game that's actually interesting looking. Now, is it that different from others when it comes to the mechanics? Not really. One thing that stands out though is the actual hordes. The hordes are cool looking, they are fast, they are dangerous, they are scary. And especially in close quarters and in close combat, they are overwhelming and very creepy to handle with. Now, the world seems interesting enough. We haven't seen enough of it to really tell you about it. We've just seen a couple of like old scrap sites and some old abandoned cars and stuff, which is interesting enough, but we haven't seen enough to be able to say the world is great. We know it's an open world, which is always awesome. This guy rides on a bike. The bike riding looked a bit off to me, so there still needs to be some polishing on that. Other than that, it looks pretty good, and I can't wait to see some more. Now, before we jump into this, make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out the E3 playlist. There's plenty if you want to see that. There's plenty there you want to see. Trust me, there's loads of the good content out there, so make sure to check it out. Just as I'm going to check out this video right now. Here we go. All right, hit me with this.
Hello, welcome back to PlayStation Live at E3 2018. I'm Rob Pearson. Joining us on stage, we have John Garvin, Jeff Ross, and Chris Reese from Bend Studio. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Absolute pleasure to have you with us. Also on the sofa, we've got Ramon Russell, and we have got playable Days Gone.
Nice.
The first thing I want to ask you is the Pacific Northwest. Why did you choose that as a setting?
Dude, it's really not. It's more about the high desert than the Pacific Northwest. So for those of you who don't know, Eastern Oregon, which is like 90% of the state, is high desert, and that really means extreme weather, extreme terrain, and a lot of variety, density in a very, very small space.
Fantastic.
Interesting.
Can we have a little play of the game?
I didn't know
here?
that.
Have we got it going?
Just a little bit of loading.
Still loading, okay.
So the demo we're gonna play for you today is called You Got a Death Wish, and it's one of the things we really want to show off is how it kind of tries to marry a linear narrative experience in a dynamic open world. So it's a combination of the two things. So at Bend Studio, we've always done narrative-driven games, and we're really excited to be able to bring the production values. You can see we have really powerful cutscenes, and then it goes into gameplay in a way that sets up the open world.
Awesome. It's awesome. And what can you tell us about our main
Last time,
character,
though,
Deacon St. John? Like,
didn't look like that.
What was the inspiration behind this character?
Well, a few things. He's broken. So you saw from a couple of trailers that we've released that he's lost someone and it's scarred him in a way. And it's like Jeff would like to say, everybody loses people, in these kinds of end-of-the-world scenarios.
See, they look awesome. I love the way they look in this game in general.
He was an ex-member of an outlaw motorcycle club, and therefore he has a love of the open road. He has a love of motorcycles. Yeah. There's a sense of brotherhood, and you can see that here in these scenes with him and his best friend, Boozer. And so it was that combination that really sort of drew us to this particular character.
Right, we're going to continue to learn about him as you're playing the game, correct? About him and his backstory and why he is the way he is.
I mean, the bike is very important, right, as well? Like,
yeah, we almost consider the bike to be another character.
Why this little black cutscene? The little black loading screen. That needs to go. That's annoying me.
You need to keep it refueled. And if you lose it, you got to go find it, and you
what the hell?
You can't whistle for a new one. So
you can't whistle.
Right, like a horse.
Yeah, the refueling mechanic is a huge game design.
Why are they running?
I really like that. Can you talk more about how important it's going to be to be able to find fuel?
Okay, so that's the zombies.
So the refueling mechanic,
I haven't seen yet, I guess.
You have to find gas to keep your bike going. It's a mechanic we haven't really seen done to this extent before. Can you talk more about that and how it changes the gameplay?
Well, like in this demo,
so they're like little kids that are like
the run and gun approach.
Innocent?
So we like to call it sandbox combat. So basically, what you can do is you can run and gun, you can stealth your way through, and your goal here is to get and find a bike part, right? So you're here actually for kind of a trivial reason. You've risked your friend's life to come and get a part for your bike, and so that shows a little bit about Deacon's character. But then as you watch Jeff play through this wide linear sequence, he can play it 100 different ways, and if you watch other people play, you'll see that, okay, they didn't take this route, they didn't stop and check the trunk of this police car, and those are kind of like our treasure chests throughout the world. So you're always on the lookout for those, because that's how you're going to find ammo and health kits. And then you're seeing one of our stealth mechanics here. If you're quiet, if you crouch walk, and you walk up behind an enemy, then you have the opportunity
Bloodstain
for a
on the
stealth takedown.
hand. I think that's pretty cool.
And what can you tell us about the Freakers? Because they're quite unique. And we've seen, you know, a fair few undead enemies in video games before. What makes the Freakers unique, and what was your decision-making behind making them the way they are?
They're alive.
They're alive.
Yeah, they're not zombies. They're alive. And so that sounds trivial, but it's not, because it basically means we have a full day-night cycle in the game.
Right.
And they have things that they do. There's an ecosystem, and they have to eat, they have to drink, they have to hibernate. And so you will find them, like in this scenario, you'll see that there's some nests.
I like that.
And Freakers build
That's
nests
cool.
For reasons you discover while you're playing the game. And then you can take those nest zones out in order to free up fast travel routes. So, you know, it becomes part of the metagame. But Freakers are evolving. They're living creatures who have been affected by this virus. And there's several different types. And some of our trailers you've seen, we've shown the Screamer, which is a female that can have sort of alarm system that will bring in more Freakers.
Right.
We have the infected bear, so it infects animals. In our last trailer, we showed
Mountain
crows,
lion and the crows.
right? So
yeah.
you have so it's just it's a wide variety of challenges for the player. And
I like
said,
that.
The world
That's-
comes for
it
you,
looks
and
a
that's
bit like
part
The
of it,
Last of
is
Us,
that these
not gonna
creatures
lie.
are always after you, and at night they're stronger.
Yeah.
If it starts raining, they become stronger.
But I've seen in previous trailers Deacon actually utilizing the Freakers as a weapon against his enemy as well. So you can actually use them to your advantage as well as the environment itself.
Yeah, absolutely. We call it the Freakosystem. So in this scenario, there's not a lot of chance for that. But if he were fighting Marauders or Rippers,
Right.
then he could find a nearby swarm. It's an open world, so you can just explore. You can find other tools like a swarm or a Freaker bear, and you can bring them into an enemy
Right.
camp and watch the sort of mayhem that happens.
I guess you've got to be careful, though. You don't get kind of sucked into it.
That would be advisable,
I like
yes.
this gun, you guys. So you have melee combat and you have gun combat. Can you talk about how you designed and balanced for both?
It's like so many different scenarios require the
What
player
are these?
to determine how they want to play it, right? So that's why we have like this full set of stealth mechanics. We have a full set of weapons that you can upgrade.
Why is
and
there-
in order to
there's
do
like
that, you have
kids.
to go to the human encampment. So there's survivor encampments in the world, the only places in the world where it's safe. And you have to do jobs and missions with them in order to
Fucking hell, that's
to
brutal.
earn trust. And then once you
I
earn
love it,
trust,
though.
the merchants there will sell you them.
Ah, I like that.
And then they, it's like, and if you want to upgrade your shotgun, or you want to upgrade, or you want to buy a silencer for it, then you have to have enough trust at that encampment in order to do that.
Boozer, you there? I found the part. I'm heading
Nope,
up
got the
there.
bike part.
Good.
Rippers! Rippers! No, no, no! Shit!
He's
So
not having a good time.
this is the inside of the Crazy Willie's truck stop, and that's one of the other things we wanted to point out is that full open world, but there's a lot of exploration in the game. All of the building interiors are accessible.
I like
There's no
that.
load
That's
times to get
amazing.
in and outside of a building or to go between regions. This is in the Belknap Wilderness, and the whole area is just completely explorable. And then these are the Rippers that I mentioned earlier. So these are one of the cults in the game.
Tats are dead symbols of a dead man.
Ooh,
Dead
a
symbols
cult.
of the lost.
Get off me! Bitches! Viper Man!
You must be brought low, biker man. For you are lost, and we are found.
What the fuck are these? I mean, I know they're human, I get it, but they're look at them. That's fucked up.
So you can see they're not very friendly.
No. You've talked about having freedom in terms of how you approach missions. So you can approach them stealthily. You can go in all guns blazing if you want to. What kind of freedom do you have in terms of the mission structure, in terms of the story?
Sons of bitches, get off!
Do you get to make story choices in the game, or is it like sort of like a linear narrative path you're going to be taking?
Yeah, there's
Oh.
several key places where you have to choose what Deacon is
That
going to
wasn't
do in
great.
key
That wasn't
situations. So
great.
we released a bunch of footage last month, and if you watch carefully, you'll see that there's a moment where Deacon has the choice to take a man's life or to force Boozer to do it.
Right.
And that will have an impact on Boozer's morale.
Why
So
won't he
that's for
die?
him, how he
Oh,
feels about you,
well,
how he feels
now
about
you
the
died.
world. That's kind of up to you as the player.
Awesome.
Did you just die?
Yeah, he
Hey, we
died.
just wanted to prove that that was our scripted.
You're keeping
die.
it real. Is that really what just happened?
We wanted to prove that it was real. That was.
And you will die in this game.
Yes, you will die lots.
All right, so you tried doing sort of a stealthy approach, and now you're just going to go in with a shotgun and blow them away.
That's hard
Good
to aim
headshot.
that right. That's better. Get his ass.
Or
There you
baseball
go.
bat, that works. Yeah.
Or
Can you
her.
tell us
I'm
anything
not
about
sure.
what has happened in the world? You know, why are we in this post-apocalyptic situation? Like, are you able to reveal, like, kind of what has happened, what has led to this transition?
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that we really want the player to sort of learn as they go. So there are answers,
Right.
but you have to explore. There's a, you know, we've introduced this group called NERO, which is our National Emergency Response Organization. They're out in the world. They have these MMUs that you're trying to
Right.
break into in order to get medical supplies. They're part of the story. And, you know, obviously Deacon has lost somebody. We saw that in a trailer. That's part of the story. And as far as like the pandemic,
Oh boy.
and the hordes that you run into constantly, these all sort of weave together to sort of explain how we got, you know,
Yeah.
to this place in this world.
Cool.
And we're really excited to have players.
Me
get
too.
into the
I'm
world
actually
and
excited
sort
about
of
this game.
explore and let us know what they think.
I mean, it's looking fantastic. I can't wait to just get around on the bike. The bike looks like really, really cool. Like, how far can you upgrade the bike? How far does it go? Like,
I couldn't hear. Sorry.
How far can you upgrade the bike? How many parts do you think there are?
Oh, there's at least 20 categories of things you can upgrade.
Right.
They're all functional, plus all kinds of ways to tweak it visually. You know, from a paint job to a custom skin theme.
Nice.
And all
That's
kinds of just
cool.
visual, actual
Appreciate
hardware
that.
upgrades, but a ton. You can really make it your own.
awesome. Well, John, Jeff, Chris, thank you so much for your time. Ramon, is there anything else you want to ask?
Days Gone. We also got a release date.
Yes, it
do.
does.
February
did.
22nd, 2019.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're really excited.
Yep.
And there you have it. Days Gone. Sorry I didn't talk too much. Obviously, they were doing the whole interview stuff, so I don't want to talk against like the important information part that you might really want to hear. To summarize it, we have the open world, customizable bikes, lots of different weapons, different kind of freakers or zombies, how you want to call them, with different effects. There's all sorts of ways to play your narrative. You can play as you want, stealthily, guns blazing. You can explore this world. There's definitely lore behind it. So, all in all, it just really looks like an interesting and good, funny game. And funny as in a good, you know, a good fun. As in fun. It's fun. It's a fun game, not funny. It's a fun game. It looks a little bit like The Last of Us when I look at like the mechanics of the crouching and, you know, the researching of like parts and stuff. It has something of the Last of Us a little bit. But all in all, it looks really, really good. I'm excited for this. And I'm going to get this. So it's November 2019, so it's still a long time away, which is good. It's already looked good, but they can polish it still. They can make it better. They can maybe get some feedback on E3 and implement that as well. And then hopefully we'll get a very decent, if not very good, zombie game next year. So let me know what you think. I want to hear your opinions in the comments down below. While you're down there, feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Go to the E3 playlist for sure, because you can find Cyberpunk, The Last of Us, Anthem, what else? The Last of Us 2, I already called Death Stranding. Now Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima will be up there. There's all sorts of videos. Dying Light 2, you can access and watch there. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my E3 playlist to watch all the content that's out there. Thank you so much for watching. You can watch another video in the end screen right there. And then I will see you there. Bye-bye.